Okay, we're going to be using the roving mic. Emma, do you want to start us off?
Hi, Robert. Commiserations. You must be hurting right now, but yeah, tell us your emotions and your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun to lose a final with big numbers, but on the other hand, I think Man United do a really good game. They pick a good 11. They hurt us with really good quality. So sometimes you also need to look at it that they had a really good day. That first goal is a little bit tough for us just before the half break. I think the first half is still quite competitive. We tried to find ways in the second half, but they scored 2 goals quite quickly in that half, and then we just are all over the place, and it's really hard to play 3-0 down at Wembley when they are just shining, of course. But on the other hand, I mean, we need to look at the whole FA Cup, and we're actually playing at Wembley today, and we are here to get an experience. We're learning a lot from this game, so I think even if it's really tough now, I know that we're going to be very proud when we finish this season and see what we have done.
Yeah, did you feel like the players were maybe a little bit shell-shocked by the occasion, or do you think it was just, as you say, maybe the timings of the goals and those fine margins?
Yeah, I think when you play a final, it's always a little bit more, both teams are like more secure. They don't really play out the normal way, and you feel in your body that it's something extra going on, right? So, and I think most of the players in Man United, they were here last year and had an experience with that. And I think most of our players were still performing and trying their best. So that first goal is just an amazing goal. We had a few chances, we could have done it as well. But we're going to learn from this, and I think all the players will learn quite much about how their body is working when we play these kind of games, and that's what we want. We want to have these big games, we want to be able to perform. So, and also for me, I've never been here like a coach before, so it's a great experience how you can communicate with the players, because it's so loud, it's so hard to reach them and so on. So very tough to lose, but I'm always looking at it as a learning process, and I think this is one step already now that we are at Wembley learning this year, which is good for the future.
Yeah, just finally from me, you sort of touched on it there, but what platform can this give for the future of this club? Because I know Tottenham as a whole has big visions for the future.
I think we got this experience this year to play at the stadium 2 times, the final here. So it's not only the players, it's not only the coaches, it's the media team, it's the whole club basically, how we're going to run stuff and prepare stuff. So it's a really good journey we have done this year, because if we want to do this for the real way and want a top team in women's football and men's football, we want to perform at this stage. So I think this experience will help us to the next stage. We couldn't do it today, and I'm sad for the fans today that we couldn't do it, but I also know that we will come back. It was not the end today, it was actually just the beginning.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Tom Gary.
Robert, commiserations. I just wondered if you were caught by surprise at all by Manchester United starting with Rachel Williams instead of maybe Nikita Paris or Jay-Z, and did that mean you have to adapt your plans at all?
No, we actually guessed that because we saw how they played against Chelsea in the semi-final, so we kind of expected that. But the main thing is that she's so good in the set pieces and she's so strong. So every corner kick they get or whatever, they got a really good advantage out of us. But on the other hand, we didn't feel like they pushed us down in the first half. We felt like we also had some moments in it. But when you look at the specific goals they do, some of them are from really, really high quality performance on the individual level. And I think sometimes you just need to say that that's really good done in the final, I must say. So we had our chances and we didn't score on them and they scored. So. And if you look at the whole game, of course, they were better than us because of the goals changed the momentum of a game. But on the other hand, I feel like the players tried the best the whole game.
Please, can I also ask you, off the pitch, what did it mean to you that so many of the board were there, Daniel Levy was there, club legends like Ricky Villa, wasn't necessarily the case for both teams? What did that mean to you to have that?
I just think it shows that we do this for real, actually, that we want to do all in with women's football. We're going to make sure the whole club is one club with this. Daniel Levy, Donna, and everybody's here to support the team today, and it shows something. And they helped us to prepare for this one with whatever we wanted last week and everything. So they're showing by action how they want to do this, and hopefully they also feel like it was nice to be at Wembley and representing Tottenham in this women's football FA Cup final. And I think it's a win-win for everybody because we're going to do it together. And it's not only like one part of Tottenham is the women's team. They are the women's team as well, and they're showing that. And that's why I'm here, because I want to have that support.
We'll go to Dan at the front here.
Hey Robert, commiserations. I just wonder what you said to the players after the game, because I suppose it's important to remember that this is only the start for this young team?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing I said was this is not the end. This is the beginning, because this is the beginning. We have learned so much this year, and we actually reached the final. Yeah, we could have won it as well, but on the other hand, Man United deserved it. So if they deserve it, then we also need to look at it like what the performance they have done. They've beaten Man City, we've beaten Leicester in the big stadium as well. So that was the main thing, and then also just make sure that it's okay with feelings today. It's okay to be angry, sad, whatever they want to be, because that's a part of football. You should feel that today, because that's why you want to win next time. So it's okay, but on Tuesday we're going to go back again and make sure we have a good performance against Chelsea and then against West Ham, and then we're going to close this year, and we're going to realize that we were in the final, we were top 6 in the league, and we're probably going to feel like we had a quite good year anyway.
And we know you look at kind of the performances over results, kind of performance by performance, step by step. So I suppose, does this game kind of give you an insight into what you need to do to be winners at Wembley?
Yeah, it's always easy after this game to say that we should have did this and that. But yeah, I think when you stop doing the good stuff we are good at, then of course it becomes a little bit more jeopardizing. So it was a little bit more longer balls from both teams the first half, and that's a part of the being a little bit nervous, a part of the big occasion, right? And that's fine. And then we go and try to be really brave on the ball, and then we have a mistake and give them the ball. But I think I'm actually supporting Becca there, because that's why how we want to look, and I think that's actually showing that she's brave enough to do it. And unfortunately, it happened in the final that she gave the ball away, but she will come back, and I just think that's how we should look, and perhaps next time we should be even braver with that. But we're learning from this, and I'm learning from this as well, because I didn't really know what to expect. I've never been here in a full stadium, and it's a good experience, because you cannot speak to the players during the game, for example, and that's why you need to get the experience, how you can communicate and find ways to solve stuff on the pitch and so on. So, yeah.
We'll go to that then.
It's obviously been a long season, a season where you developed a lot. You lost to United by this scoreline back in December. Just wondered how you sort of assessed the development of your team, maybe despite the fact that the scorelines match.
So it's like we still have a gap between us and the top teams, and that's normal. But we have closed that gap, and in a good day we can actually beat these teams. But if we don't have the good day and we solve everything, then we're not beating them right now, and I know that, and that's fair in one way, because they were top 2 last year, and they are the second time in a year, 2 times in a row in the final. So we're closing the gap, but we haven't closed the gap yet. We need to take more steps. We need to develop even more. We need to make sure we are getting these experiences. But we look much better now than the last game when we played against them at home.
Thank you.
Can we go to Alex and Chris there just after?
Hi, Robert. Just kind of thinking, Becky Spencer, obviously, she's been really consistent this season. A mistake today, but so kind of what did you say to her, and how are you going to help her kind of lift her up and perform to the level that everyone knows she has?
Now you said it's like unlucky. I'm taking that goal on me, actually, because that's how I wanted to play. And if you do a mistake, the goalkeeper will do mistakes every year when you play this style we do. It's just unfortunately she do it in the final. But on the other hand, she showed us that she want to be brave. So I'm going to make sure I help her and support her on Tuesday, and then I'm going to make sure but she's a very mature woman. She's a very cool girl. She will solve this. I know that. So it's no problem. But of course, I'm going to just make sure that I tell her that as well, because I think she's a great goalkeeper, and she's brave on the ball, and she should continue dictating the build-up for us, because she's great at that.
Hi, Robert. You went with an extremely attacking lineup again today, but 0 shots on target, and the team seemed to suffer a lot with set pieces today. Why do you think that was?
What did you say first, before set pieces?
0 shots on target today. Apart from Beth England hitting the crossbar, there was 0 shots on
Okay. You don't count it when it hits the crossbar. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, we have a few shots though over, and we don't really nail the headers and so on. So in one way, we didn't dictate and push them down too much. We kind of lacked the last pass, I would say, in the last third. If that was the occasion, if that was the heat, if that was something else, I'm not really sure. But we had quite many almost chances, if you get what I mean. And I think it comes down to decision making and relations, and that's what I mean with their players. They're taking those chances and score some beautiful goals. I haven't analyzed everything yet, but I know that we need to make sure that we're a little bit sharper in those decisions. I think the first goal they get in the end of the first half is also that we almost have a good chance and we give the ball away and they do the counter-attack. So it's also like double effect that we give them a chance when we don't really nail it. So let me see afterwards.
And lastly, do you have a message for the fans? Because the fans were absolutely superb today for you.
Yeah, I think, you want to win for them. You want to give them the trophy because they deserve it, and they were here cheering us up, and they've been cheering us up the whole year. So I feel very down that I couldn't give them that. But I'm also very happy to see how we grow together with them and how they stay after the game and support us. And we can feel that they're actually not only here for the title, they're here for us, and we do it together, and they support us even when we lose. And I think that's real love, and I like that.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Cheers.
you like a quote? one. Right. Hi everyone, sorry to keep waiting. Bit busy today post-match. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Actually feels nice to sit in front of you in a positive light. Okay, hello everyone. Apologies for the delay. Welcome to Marc Skinner's post-match press conference. Do you want to start us off?
Hi, Mark.
How you doing, mate?
Congratulations. Great to see you with the trophy there. You just said then it's nice to be able to talk to us in a positive way. Is there almost like a sense of relief given the season that you've had that you've now...
Never
got this
relief.
victory?
Never. Not relief. We don't live in that moment. I'm happy with the job that I'm doing at Manchester United. I'm really, if we believe that we should be winning everything every second of then we're not in the right space right now. That's what we want to aspire to be. But to add this gives the experience for the players to build on. And so, we're not happy with where we're finishing or where we will finish in the league, but to be history makers for this fantastic club, for our fans, I think means more than relief. It's actually a really exciting moment.
Yeah, tell us a bit more about the other emotions that you're feeling. Obviously, you say they're excitement, but what was going through your head at when that full-time whistle went and you were able to run onto the pitch with your players?
Yeah, I didn't actually run, Emma. I think if you see me run, you probably wouldn't like it. So, no, I felt that we were before the game. I felt that we were in a really good space. I felt that our players were ready. I felt that they didn't overhype it. They felt like it was a business job to do. And, I want to give, so we can get out there, I want to give Tottenham a lot of credit for the run that they've had, the season that they've had. And if they use it like we had to use it last year, then it will only serve them for future successes, I'm sure. So congratulations to them. But for us, I think we fast forward far too many times beyond the moment for the next thing. But actually, it feels really nice to be present. I had a chat with Nick Cox, head of the academy yesterday, and he spoke about being present. And for me, I feel like I'm present in this moment, and I feel like it's a moment to enjoy.
Congratulations, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And before you ask, yes, I'm hot in the turtleneck. I am hot. It was a bad choice. I agree, it's a bad choice.
Marc, huge congratulations. You chose to start a 36-year-old veteran, former plasterer up front. It seemed to work for you today. I wondered if you could just talk a bit about that decision and how well Rachel played and maybe just what this will mean to her 12 years on from she scoring in the final in 2012.
The FA Cup has now got the history like the men's, right? In terms of a plasterer scores a winner. Yeah, she's a fantastic character. I wanted to start the game fast. I wanted to make sure Tottenham couldn't get rhythm, and Rachel will chase and put a body on line for everything. And Luthia and Leah, I felt that we could start that way, and I knew the game was going to finish differently, but I wanted to disrupt their rhythm because once they play, Tottenham are a good team. So I felt we did that, and then for her, she should have scored in the first half time, if we're being critical. But she deserves every part of that. She's a fantastic human. More important than a footballer, but I hope she goes down as an iconic player for Manchester United. Do you remember all that rubbish we got when we signed her? Yeah, well, she's turned that round, hasn't she? She's a fantastic person, and there's obviously a really great story for Tooney, for her goal and what it means. But for Rachel Williams, it's another FA Cup story, and I'm really proud of her.
That was the next thing I wanted to ask you, was for a lifelong fan of the club to score the first goal and such a good goal, what will that mean? Iconic
moment, iconic player, iconic club. And I think those are springboards you should use, Tom. Yeah, like there's a disappointment of last year, but we have to use that springboard to make sure that this isn't a one-off. And we have to compete better in the league on a consistent basis for us to be up there again. And I believe that we will do that. This has to be the impetus and springboard for us to know now that we can deliver success for this fantastic club.
Yeah, in terms of the springboard, what will be your message to the board now while you're playing? Lots of people pointing out that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Dale Brailsford were at the men's game instead of this one. I was just wondering maybe what you think the next step is for the club and what you can talk to them about the future of the women's team.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, Tom, it just feels like a really positive space to be in. You know, we know as a club that we want to be winning titles and we want to be winning things, and obviously the men have the FA Cup to look forward to as well. But for us, I've just been really excited by the energy that it's driving within internally, and I think, you know, it won't be long, hopefully, before we're in the talked about in the kind of elite winning, especially in the women's team that we've started now, hopefully. But it's exciting. I'm really excited, and I know what's coming, and it's an exciting time to be a Manchester United fan.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend.
I just wonder what you've learned about yourself during this season, this cup run in particular, because it feels like in the semi-final and the final, we've kind of seen you at your best.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty good at times, Dan. I know people tell me I'm not, but I'm actually okay. No, I learned a lot about the mental resilience that you need. You can't be at Manchester United if you are weak in the mind, and we have to deliver. We have to deliver trophies for an expectant fan base that are supporters the best in the world, and that's a pressure and a privilege. And you know, today we've done that, but there's so much more to come. I'm learning lots about myself every day. But if you fast forward, I said Carl Green, my assistant, who's my assistant at Birmingham, he said to me around 7 minutes ago, he said, "Look, remember what it felt like 7 years ago at Birmingham when." I said it was the loneliest place I've ever been when we were 4-1 down and that touch line. And he said, just take a moment to feel it. And if you look at me towards the end of the game, only the last couple of minutes, I just sat quiet and I felt and I stayed present. And that's like, it's a general life lesson that we just fast forward things too quickly and sometimes just spend the time looking at people, being part of the experience. And I'm so proud of all of the players today because, you know, they only do it to bring success to this fantastic club.
I think the game plan was rock solid. It was obviously implemented really, really well by the players. I just wonder how much kind of practice went into kind of the set plays, the corners, because, you know, you look really, really dangerous in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was really disappointed against Liverpool last week. We lost the game on a set piece when it was a bit of concentration, and we worked hard. And obviously, Wilco's done a great job all year, the goalkeeping coach in Wilkin. And he's delivered so many quality moments this season with his plans and his preparation, but also the players have to concentrate. And we worked hard on that this week. And, you know, they've delivered it today. I felt that we were dominant throughout. I really did. I felt it was a really dominant performance and, you know, really hot day. And even at the end, you know, you bring players in to control the game, and they've done that. So it's a good game plan, and it worked. Thank you.
Catherine. Just in green.
Hello, mate.
Hi, mate. Can I just ask how Leah Galton is, just because she was obviously on crutches at the end of the game?
Yeah, I think obviously precautionary. I think she took a knock in the Becky situation. And so, yeah, I think she was in a bit of pain. We thought we could get her on beyond half-time, and then it kind of flared up. So we'll assess it this week. I honestly don't know right now, but hopefully she's okay because she's obviously a great player for the club.
And for players like Leah and Ella and everyone else who's been here since the club reformed, how special is it for them to have been part of that journey from when the club first started to now lifting the trophy?
In between media, I saw them having a photo as the players from the inception, and I felt that it's just special moments. You forget those narratives, right? You forget those little storylines. The Rachel Williams storyline, like it's the Ella Toon, the iconic number 7 for Manchester United, and then you realise all the hard work that goes behind the scenes and the people that have been here that won the championship have now added a moment of history for the club, and it feels special, and they deserve it, but we can't rest. I'm not going to rest. I will rest for probably tonight, and then we're going to crack on.
And just finally, just to go back to in terms of who was here from the club today, is there any disappointment at all that Jim Ratcliffe wasn't here? I know other people were here just because he's kind of seen as the face of the club at the minute.
Yeah, but what I'd say is the messages have been passed throughout all the time, and it's a constant support, and the players were messaged. I was messaged this morning, yesterday, constant communication. So No, I don't believe that at all. You know, we had more than enough representation from our club here, and you know, as I say, I'm only excited about what Sir Jim and everyone's going to bring to Manchester United.
Sandra next.
Hello, mate.
Hi, Mark. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I know you want to live in the moment and just enjoy it for now, but I just wanted to ask, how much will you be using this to maybe pressure the board and the higher ups in terms of adding or doing what you need to do to take Man United further and back to that title challenge that you saw last season?
Of course, and we're going to plan for that. Of course, I don't know if the word is pressured, Sandra. To be honest, I think it's it's just the constant support, continue to grow. That what I feel that Ineos are doing as they've come in is assessing where the club are at. That they're continuously assessing, and I have no doubt that they'll put us in a position, not only the women's team, the academy and the men's first team, in a position for us to be successful. And I absolutely believe that. That's not all that I've seen since I've been in. So yeah, I think it's not about pressure. I think they've always been supportive, and it's about support and helping what we need to get us to there. And I think we've been working on that all year.
And just in terms of this cup win for you, I mean, what was the initial emotion when the whistle blew?
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. There was a I held back tears, just because it was like a feeling of emotion that it's one of them where something hits you and you're just like, I know what I should react like, but it just hit me, and it was a nice moment. It's something that I'll share with my family later. And yeah, I'll make sure my 5-year-old gets this winner's medal, because I got a lot of stick for throwing the last one away last year. So, but we want gold here, not silver.
Hi, Mark.
Hello,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're obviously talking about the future and how excited you are for the future. Of course, you are out of contract this summer. Are you confident that you will, be leading this club forward?
I mean, I hope so, right? But we've created history, and I've gone and live in that moment, to be honest. I believe in myself fully, and I'm still a baby in terms of my career, so I've got lots and lots to achieve in this game. But from my perspective, I feel the club